I've been thinking a lot these last 2 days. Yesterday I was in a low place. I had SI again. SAI. Yeah. And honestly, I'm amazed. I am doing so well. And I know it doesn't seem I'm doing well, but I've been far worse. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Laura. I have CTPSD, agoraphobia, anxiety, and I'm here to let others know they are not alone. I said this in today's walk, today's outing to overcome my agoraphobia. In May, I lose Ciara, and something we talked with Franco was that Ciara felt like the glue of our home, of our family. She was the one that made us move, made us feel like a family. I'm trying to do a collage, but Sibila is not having it. Then on June, I lose Sheena. Sheena was the snuggly one, the one that was soft, and I don't know how to describe her. She was soft. She loved to sleep and to be cozy. And when we lose her, we also got the news that they weren't going to renew us the house we were renting. And I loved that house. I loved it since before I moved there. It has so many windows and it's not there's yards in the windows, so I saw the trees and the birds, and it felt airy and it was so bright. When we realized we weren't going to be able to stay there, we saw this house and we loved it, both of us. I saw it in pictures. Franco came to look at it. We did a video call and I loved what I saw. So on the 100th day of going outside to overcome my agoraphobia, I came to sign the contract and I loved it. But we moved here, and there are many things that are broken that I know the owners are going to, the landlords are going to fix, because they are that kind of people and I love them for that. But I felt I left my security, the house I curated and lived intentionally for 2 years, that I live with my family there, and this one is big. It's not a small house. I said this yesterday also, but it's so different, and I felt like I was suffocating here. So yesterday was a really bad day. I felt like I lost almost everything in a span of 3 months. My first, I won't say the word, but my first attempt was when I was 9. I was watching TV because my mom was taking a nap, and I already felt alone and abandoned. And I think I already shared this, but I don't care. My classmates ring the bell, and I had to open the door, and they started laughing and pointing at me and telling me they were there, so I knew I was the only one that wasn't invited. When I finally could go out inside and they left, my mom scolded me because it was my fault that she couldn't sleep. And I thought, what's the point of me being here if no one loves me? Later that year, I found a stray dog. I named her Mickey. She went with me everywhere. She waited for me outside the door of my house. She waited for me outside the school, outside in the English institute where I studied. She waited for me everywhere. And she got sick. She had mange, and one of my one of my mom's friend, her husband is a veterinarian. Between her and him and my mom, they decided that Mickey wasn't worth the treatment, the money, the effort. I begged my mom that to help her. I begged her. I told her I would do everything. I was already cooking for myself, so it wasn't like I was a 9-year old that didn't do anything. I was capable of. And she told me no. And I remember the last time I saw her, my mom made me say goodbye to her. She walked me to feed her, not in our front door, but like a few meters from the around the corner. And I said goodbye. I cried a lot. I asked her for forgiveness. And I think she wasn't just a dog. I think she was an angel because I never saw her again. But that dog showed me I was worth loving. That's She's the reason I'm always trying to rescue animals, that I'm always feeding the strays, cat, dogs, whatever. I know now I'm agoraphobic and I don't go outside, but when I was capable of, I used to carry dog food and cat food in my bag. Ciara and Sheena were both strays. Here in Argentina, you can take a stray and it's yours. It's like uh, they were there for me for so much. Sibila came later. She didn't. Sibila wasn't there, but Ciara and Sheena were there when I was doing fertility treatments. When those fertility treatments failed, when my partner at that time left me. They were there. They were. They knew when I was having a panic attack, and they will help me through it. Um, Sibila is now doing the same. When she hears me cry out of panic, she lays on me and she starts meowing me to comfort me. But I was saying that I'm doing so well, even though I'm feeling so overwhelmed. And I know there are people that have it worse like me. I know there are people and children and everything in war zones, and I get it. But I'm entitled to feel overwhelmed. I'm grieving so many things. My two dogs, the house, the comfort, the security, the dogs around the corner. Leono, the stray I was feeding in the other house that we couldn't catch. The person I couldn't become. I think a lot of the person that I couldn't become was okay with not becoming because I had Ciara and Sheena and now I don't have. Cortamos toda esa parte mía. And I'm not trying to compete or to get sympathy. I think a lot of us are struggling with things that are that we feel like we don't have any agency, any control on on how to survive them, on how to navigate them, that we are tired. Being strong it's not a compliment. I get that saying you're so strong seems like a compliment. But sometimes when you're down, when I am down, reading or hearing you're so strong feels like someone is kicking me. I I know I'm strong, but I don't want to be. I want to be soft. I want to be held. I want to be whimsical and unafraid. And I want to be happy. And I'm trying. I think all the hundred and a little bit days that I went outside and I found the feathers and I found joy in going outside and I found the courage to go outside and you found this channel and I found that people could care about me.
helped me a lot to be navigating this part of my life. I I also feel guilty about Franco. He's so stressed and I can't help him. I feel like I'm a rock that is sinking him. I wish I didn't feel like this. I wasn't grieving and I wasn't having to leave the antidepressants. I Some of you asked me and I have to leave them because they are physically they are screwing my body. So I need to be off them. But it's hard. It's hard and I'm doing that and I'm doing the and I'm going through the grief and I'm perimenopausal and I'm not saying all of this to for you to feel pity of me or to whatever is just sharing because I know so many of us struggle with things that we might not be able to voice. We might kind of struggle in silence and it's I feel like me doing this video and sharing all of this can help someone else to realize we are all a little broken. I realized that I needed to do some art therapy and that I also needed to do a video and share everything that I'm thinking of, like non-stop, because I know our house, mine and Franco, is currently a chaos. But I also realize that I need to do something that makes me feel better and not try to push through as I did so many times in my life that ended up backfiring. Having so much trauma, having CTPSD, and I think for HPHD, for what Franco tells me is, and what I share with other people on the internet, being neurodivergent sometimes is your brain is still replaying conversations from 20 years ago. And I feel like with all of this, they are resurfing some trauma that I thought I healed, and I didn't. So I start arguing again with myself, with my classmates, with my mom. I start asking Mickey for forgiveness again. I start missing Kayla, that is the dog I had before Ciara and Gina. She was my soul dog. She died from leukemia, and I had her like 2 years. She was 3 years, so yeah, year and a half, 2 years. She was actually one of the reasons I moved here. I wanted here to this city. I mean, I wanted a more peaceful place to live because Buenos Aires, the biggest city in Argentina, is like similar to living in New York. You know, loud noises, people, traffic, and we were living in an apartment with a little balcony. I don't know. I can't remember the word right now. When we came here, we with my ex-partner rented a house with a green yard so she could run. And as soon as she got out of the car, she started eating grass like a cow. And that was so funny. I was trying her to run and jump and do zoomies. And she was like, "Nah, mom, I'm okay. You're with me and everything is okay." After a little while she started running and all of that stuff. But it was so funny because we were waiting for her to jump and no, she ate grass. I used to tell her she was a piggy because Sheena did that too. They snore even when they were awake. I love dogs. I love cats too. I know this isn't the best upbeat video I could do, but it is an honest video and I feel like we need more authenticity. I always say the same, but I'm not a Pinterest person in the sense of I'm not a Pinterest being curated and perfect. My life is in shambles. It has been like that always. I don't remember a time where I felt like, yeah, I made it. But I'm still here, and that amazed me. I don't know how. I never thought I would be turning 44. I turned 44. I'm closing in on the 45, and I never expected to make it this long, but somehow I did. So maybe it's okay. It's okay that I cry, that I'm sharing all of this. I didn't meant to trauma dump. I just wanted to share how exhausted and overwhelmed I feel, and yet how I'm still here, how I still haven't given up. I'm still trying. I'm still going outside every day, even when I feel like, what's the point? If you made it this far, thank you so much. Please subscribe, like, comment. I know it feels weird if you like this video, but don't take it as a I love this video, it's the best. take it as a way to send me good vibes, to pet me. I never know that word. Uh, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here with me. I hope all my tears and my honesty helps you. Even if you never felt like me, maybe it can help you even a little bit. See you soon.